Hi, y'all. This is another breast cancer journal entry. I am here at my treatment center, and this is the fourth uh, medication medication chemotherapy that I am on. As we know, I don't have a port, so I get my chemotherapy intravenously, which can be kind of harsh on your veins. So I started with Herceptin. When we first started the chemotherapy, um, when we first started it, I started with Herceptin. I had a horrible, horrible bad reaction to that. So then they had to start giving me Benadryl and steroids to kind of counteract that. And then from there, I went to um, the pills. Okay. The chemotherapy pills. It was like 11 pills a day. And they were ineffective. Didn't really do a lot of shrinkage. So then from the pills, I went to, I can't think of the name of it. I can't think of the name of it. But from the pills, I went to another chemotherapy, again, given to me intravenously. Um, and then as I always tell you in my breast cancer journals, that you always want to, have have a current count on your blood, so they'll know, um, you know, how much chemo is in your body, how much is, your blood cells has been affected versus your red blood counts. Anyways, what we found with that last reading of blood was that it was ineffective. So that was three chemotherapy drugs that was ineffective. Okay. But today when I came to the doctor, and again today I'm going to be starting a new drug called Casida. And what Casida is it is an antibiotic that has the chemotherapy encapsulated inside of the antibiotic. So what it does is it goes directly to whatever area that the C is in, C being cancer. As you see, I always pick my I always have the same seat by the door. I drink plenty of water now. The reason why is because one of the last times I went to get my blood taken, they poked me 4 times. It was absolutely horrible. So the key to being able to let them stick a needle in you and do what it's supposed to do, whether it's to pour the blood or to do an infusion, is to drink plenty of water. Drink plenty of water so that your veins are nice and plump, and you don't have to worry about getting poked and prodded, because that's very frustrating. So one of the things that we know is that I always take a diazepam before I come to my treatments. Diazepam being a valium. Um, because, it is quite, it's a play on your mind. You know what I'm saying? You come in here, I won't pan the camera around and show everybody. But there's a lot of people. I don't know how long they've been getting treatment, and I don't know what exactly they're getting treatment for. But it can be a little bit discouraging. Okay? It can. If you look around, it can be a little bit discouraging. And that's why I always make it a point to sit where it's life. Trees is life. So I always make it a point to come right here and sit. So if by chance I do happen to stay woke, which I never do, that what I'm looking at is life. Okay. All right. So yes, again, fourth chemo treatment, fourth different chemo treatment. And another thing about this whole thing is, and I think if you go back to my first initial breast cancer journal entries, you'll see that, to go through this, you need to have a team of trusted doctors. Okay. They need to know where you're coming from and vice versa. Okay. And my doctor, who I think I even put her on camera one of these times, but my doctor understands, number one, that I watched my grandmother at an early age get diagnosed with cancer in November, and she was dead by December. So what that told my doctor was that maybe, you know what I'm saying, we don't deal well with strong chemotherapy because I mean this was 30 years ago. She don't know what they gave my grandmother, but what she do know is what I told her is that my grandmother made it for 1 month on chemotherapy and then she was gone. They diagnosed me, as we know, back in February and September. Yes, this is 4 different drugs that I have been on, but I'm still here and I still look good. I still look pretty good. Here's a copy of that consent, dear. Thank you. And I still feel pretty good. I do have at nighttime. I think I've even journaled about that. At nighttime, it's just like, if it's not the pain. Now, after I have this chemo treatment, I'll feel my body fighting on the inside. I'll feel it. Now, they say I want to be here today, probably about 90 minutes to a couple hours. But however long I'm here, I'm going to go to sleep. I had a great weekend this weekend, guys. I had a family reunion. Also had a girlfriend's weekend up in Cleveland where we kicked it and laughed and just did a lot of therapy. And the good thing about it is, most of my girlfriends know what I'm going through in terms of this BC. Most of them know. Um, let's see. Out, out of the ones who was there this weekend, everybody but two know. And then at the family reunion, only 1 or 2 people out of probably 100, 150 people know that that I am beating this BC by hook or crook. Okay, by the time I get done, I'll know what works for my lineage. That's for sure, and what don't. So, yeah, there's my poll. But, like I always tell you guys, it's a mind over matter thing. We was all born to die. Okay, in case you didn't know, we was all born to die. However, it's what we do. You know what I'm saying? It's what we do, how we live, how we treat people. That's what matters. You know what I'm saying? The Lord is just extending my life. He's giving me grace. He's giving me mercy. I know what it is. I've got people praying for me. I've got people, keeping me covered in prayer. But the reality of the matter is, if the Lord wanted me to be gone, I wouldn't have made it to my 50th birthday party. Period. But I plan. I'm high as hell, as y'all can see. That's the diazepam, okay? And I'm always going to take a diazepam when I come to the doctor. Why? Because I need to be calm, okay? When they put these needles in my arm, but I also need to be calm when they're giving me this information, okay? Because a lot of times this information